Hey, good morning. It's Tony here at the dealership. This morning I'm looking at this brand new 2020 Toyota Corolla SE Edition. That's our Sport Edition. And this one's really a great looking combination of colors. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in and show you a little bit more about this Corolla SE. Let's get started. All right, beginning up front, let's take a look at the headlight setup. So these are an LED headlight, LED driving lights, and marker lights down here. And then these are the new automatic high beam headlights where you can set them up so that they go from bright to dim automatically depending on the vehicles in front of you. Now the grille on this is a sport mesh grille. It's a painted metallic, kind of looks like a gunmetal gray metallic. And then Toyota's added some air fins on this vehicle to help it get better fuel economy, but also give you a quieter ride with regards to wind noise. Now on the SE, we do have the full Safety Sense 2.0. So in this piece right here, kind of like looks like the Knight Rider car. It doesn't light up, but there's a bunch of sensors. So lane departure, pedestrian detection, road sign detection, all built into that front end. And I think, hope you agree, this is a really nice looking front end on the Toyota Corolla. Probably one of the sportiest, sophisticated front ends I've seen on a Corolla in a long time. So let's go ahead and slide down the side. We'll take a quick look at your side view mirrors, painted to match, and they do have the LED indicators in the lens, as well as collapsible and foldable out this way, like so. Here's another one of those little airfoils that they put on here for noise reduction, wind noise reduction. Now the outside mirrors, they do have lane departure set up in them. They're also heated mirrors. They're power mirrors for both front driver, front passenger. The door handles are colored to match with the Smart Key 2.0. So you can just keep your keys in your pockets and you can unlock and lock the doors without actually having the key out of your pocket. Down on the lower portion here on the rocker panels, you see there's also kind of an air spoiler there as well, and that's that same gunmetal gray metallic finish. The wheels on the Corolla SE, these are an 18-inch cast aluminum wheels. They're kind of a brushed aluminum here and then painted with that that gunmetal gray metallic paint that we saw here and also up on the front grille. And the tires themselves, these are a low profile tire, 225/40 R19, more of a GT touring tire. And this particular one has the Michelin tires on it, which are a super high quality tire. Your brake setup, these are 4-wheel disc brakes with twin piston calipers. So those are going to be really good for stopping it quickly, stopping it on a dime. We do have a locking gas door. Let's go ahead and take a close look at the back end. Okay, here at the rear of the car, point out that we do have the shark fin antenna that's colored to match. We have LED third brake lights, and then the SE Edition does have the rear spoiler, which is also colored to match. And then we also have LED rear tail lights, which look really awesome. I get a chance, I'll do an at night video of those lights. SE badging is red, Toyota badge is chrome, and the Corolla badge is chrome as well. And then here up under the license plate, this is where we see our backup camera. And then we have a very similar mesh grille effect here, although this one's not open in the back, but they carry that styling across the back. And you can see also we have air spoilers back here. So Toyota really spent a lot of time with this car in the wind tunnel. We do have the dual chrome exhaust tips, but this is not a dual exhaust system. In fact, if we take a peek up underneath there, you can see your exhaust system. So really this is just for styling, but I think it looks pretty nice on there. Let's go ahead and dive into the trunk and see what we can find. So here in the trunk, it is a very deep trunk. You can see it goes up quite a ways, and it's also pretty tall, so you should be able to get big suitcases for traveling and all of that in, no problem. It does have a remote release, and there's also a place here under the deck lid where you can pop it as well. So you can use your keyless entry, you can tug on a handle up front, or you can use it in the back like that. This one does have the all-season floor mat package, so you get this cargo liner here. It's really a high quality cargo liner, and then way down underneath, this is where we're going to find our toolkit and our spare tires down there as well. Not a lot of hidden storage in here, although you should be able to fit a set of jumper cables in there if you need to. You'll also notice I've got the rear seats folded down, or I should say one of them, so 60% on the right and 40% on the left. One of the things I don't like about the Corolla is the seat releases. You can't release them here in the back. You have to do it up front, so that's a little bit inconvenient. There is a cargo light though in the trunk, so that's pretty nice. Okay, moving into the back seat, stopping on the door real quick. The SE Edition does have the blue contrast stitching in the back, an aluminum door handle or an aluminum finished door handle there. Take a quick look at the seats in the back. The SE Edition comes with a cloth bucket seat, again with the contrast stitching, and then the center is kind of interesting. It's kind of a silver gray insert and the blue stitching, and then it moves up into kind of a blue racing stripe. The rear headrests are not adjustable or removable, and there are anchor points down here for your kids' seats. There's your armrest, and it does have 2 cup holders in it. Of course, you can fold it back up if you need to. There's room in the back for 3 kids, small kids, or 2 adults comfortably. There's a small storage compartment right here and a pocket on the back of the passenger seat, but no place to plug in your electronic devices. So that's kind of a miss in my opinion. You do have passenger assist grips up on the headliners, and of course there are 3 seat belts as well. Okay, moving into the driver's compartment, just a quick moment here on the doors. The power windows are auto up and down all the way around. Here's that aluminum door handle effect, and then also kind of the aluminum trim effect as well here. There is a place for bottles here and speakers on the door. Focusing on the driver's seat. The driver's seat is not power, but it does have an up and down, so this is your height adjustment, recliner adjustment, and of course you can slide it back. Here's where that gas door release is and the trunk release. Give you a quick look at the driver's seat. So the driver's seat, you can see that blue racing stripe. Those headrests are adjustable, and the seat belts up here are adjustable up and down as well. And just like in the back seat, there are passenger assist grips. The SE Edition does have the power sliding moonroof with a visor. Let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at the driver's compartment. Okay, up front here in the driver's seat, the steering wheel on the Corolla is the new 3-spoke steering wheel from Toyota. It's smaller in diameter, so it feels more comfortable to use, and it is a leather wrap steering wheel. Controls on the left, standard controls for your information center, your phone, your sound system, and your voice controls. You can see the aluminum, brushed aluminum that we saw in the back on the door, and we saw here on the driver's door, is on the steering wheel. And they're using piano black on your center console here. So that's really an upscale look, and then more of the brushed aluminum. And you can see that extends into the mirror or into the vents and over into the passenger door. Swinging down the center console, there is a place right here for storage. There's a USB charging port right up under here, but not really very convenient, and you wouldn't know it's there if I didn't point it out, that's for sure. You can see on the center here, this is a 6-speed manual transmission, so it's the first time Toyota's had a manual transmission in a long time. So if you want a manual, this is awesome for sure. Up here we've got our traction control, our intelligent manual transmission controls. You can see that brushed aluminum down here, and then the piano black extending all the way down here, and dual cup holders. So a really nice upscale look on the interior for sure. Let's take a quick look at the gauges and see what we can find there. Now on our instrument cluster, we do have mechanical gauges. So tachometer, temperature gauge, speedometer, and your fuel gauge right there. Wanted to point out over here on this side, this is telling me that 4 doors are open, including the trunk. See how they're all outlined in red? So that's pretty interesting. With the manual transmission, you have to have the clutch in order to start it, and it is a push button start because we have the smart key system. And I'm just going to go ahead and start it up. So that's what it looks like when you wake it up in the morning. Pretty cool. Down here it's telling me that I have 2 passengers in the back seat that don't have seat belts on and one that does. And there's our odometer down there as well. So a really compact gauge cluster, easy to read for sure. Let's move over to the center stack, and we're going to upgrade has N2 app suite. We're going to upgrade that later. But then within here we've got navigation is not part of the system. We do have our audio, and we have USB connectivity. We can do auxiliary Bluetooth connectivity right there. And then if I flip over to here, I've got my audio phone, my apps, projection. So there's a bunch of things we can do in here. This is of course a touchscreen. It's an 8-inch touchscreen. I love the look of it with that piano black and that brushed aluminum. So real nice attention to detail there. They didn't take any shortcuts. On the SE, we do have automatic temperature control right here. Our rear window defrost is here, but remember the outside mirrors have defrost in them as well, and that's how you would activate that. The dashboard is really pretty cool. I think it is. It's a padded dashboard, so it's not just hard plastic like you might find in other cars. So it keeps it quieter inside, but it also gives it a nice upscale look. Let's go ahead and look up toward the ceiling. We've got dual visors, and they're extendable, and we also have lighted vanity mirrors. And here's one of those passenger assist grips right there. And then we have a day-night mirror, no HomeLink setup. These are your overhead lights. And then this is how you open and close the moonroof, which is tinted, and then you can pull the visor shut as well, like so. And then finally up on the roof here, we have our Safety Connect system right there. So if you need help when you're out on the road, push the Safety Connect button and we'll get you the help you need. So that's our overview on the inside of this Corolla SE, and hard to find, but we've got one 6-speed manual transmission. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and see what we can find there. Okay, diving under the hood on the SE, this is our 2-liter 4-cylinder 16-valve engine. It's a gasoline engine, produces 168 horsepower, And again, this is connected to a 6-speed manual transmission. So a lot more fun to drive. If you know how to drive a stick, you'll love this. The engine and transmission have a 5-year, 60,000 mile warranty on those, no deductible. The car itself is a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty, no deductible. And then of course you get Toyota Care, no extra charge. That's your maintenance, basic maintenance is covered for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. So there you go. Our 2020 Toyota Corolla SE, all new for 2020. We've got a great selection. Stop in, take one for a spin. You won't be disappointed. This is Tony at Smart Motors Toyota. Thanks for watching.